Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Joie, and welcome to Wallpaper Wednesday. Today we're going to make ripped wallpaper folio packs. So I made this one first a couple of days ago, and I hope I can remember how I had it tied. I think I just have it tied really tight with, just a piece of cotton. So on the outside layer is just 2 sheets of ripped wallpaper that I folded in half, glued together, folded in half, put a couple of pockets in the corner with just a little bit of craft paper as a writing spot. Then I have this bigger folio with craft paper pockets and some ripped tags that are just kind of plain. I didn't do any inking on any of this because I wanted the white paper to show through. And this is a very smooth and modern wallpaper. It's not vintage, but it does have vintage type imagery and font on it. So that's the middle one, and then the last one in this particular pack is just a little half fold with 2 little pockets, 2 little cards just fold in half, and this can be written on with a pencil or a pen, either one, just as it is. So this is the first one that I did as like a set, and that goes like that, and I just thought it looked really good. Okay, so let me put that one to the side. This is the second one I did. I like it, but I don't like it as well as the other one. I used jute. So on this one, the outside cover is just a small rectangle, 2 pages glued together, some heavy craft paper to make little tuck spots with a little journaling card there. The next one, I created this little belly band. I cut these little things out. It looks like an eyeball, and that bothers me, so I don't know, I might take that off. But anyway, this is just a little belly band, and this just opens up into just a little trifold. So that's that. If I can get it, well, we'll do that another time. And then this one is just a little left fold, because I wanted that in the front, with 2 heavy craft paper pockets at the bottom, and just 2 little cards ripped up. So that is the project for today. Now, I'm determined. I made it to go on, and it's going to go on one way or the other. I'll probably take that off. I don't really like it as well. So since I did 2 of these, I decided to do something a little bit different. So the paper that I'm going to use for our project today is this. Now this is vintage. It's a little bit fragile. It's a little bit old. And it is a one-way design. This way. I have to look at it for a second. So it has, the only way you can really tell is it has these little birds in various places throughout. Other than that, you couldn't tell really. But what I'm going to do is I am going to iron this flat, and while I do that, I'm going to pause for a second and iron it flat, come back and rip up some pieces, glue them together, and create a pack similar to the ones I've already made. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. What I have done is taken the various pieces I had. I had two quite big pieces. This was a wallpaper on a roll, whereas this wallpaper was more like in a flat pack, or if it was in a roll, it was before I got it. But at any rate, so what I have done is just put these in sizes that I can sort of use. Use glue stick to glue the wrong sides together. And so from these, I'm going to make at least 2 booklets with a little bit of pockets and things. So I think this one's big enough for quite a big one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start here and just rip in sort of a straight line. Get my trash can close. Just come down this way. Now the side that I am ripping this way, if you turn it over, you don't see any of the white. So this would be the outside because I want the white to show. And but I don't want that little bit to show. Now because this is ripped, there is no wrong way to do it. It just depends on the design you want. I'm sort of trying to keep it straight, but coming across this way I'm against the grain, so I'll have to come in and do a little bit of straightening just to sort of keep it level. I'll have to do the same thing here. Okay, and then do this little part here. And there's the first one. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, this has a texture, and it also has a design in the texture. It's like a let's see, you can maybe see it a little better. It has like a little squares, sort of, or some vertical lines. There's a handful of horizontal. Anyway, the point is that I'm trying to keep that in line. So when I fold it over, it might not be completely level down here at the bottom. So I don't mind that, actually, if it's a little off, but I think I will take just a little bit of that off right through here. Okay, maybe just a touch more there. Okay, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. Now I'm just going to press it really quick with my iron because I have it handy. And as I said in another video, I feel like I'm leaving something out if I don't iron something. So we're going to start with that. I don't know if I have a closure because this has kind of a yellowy color or in cream, and I had this piece of fabric. This is a little more white, so I might not actually make the closures, but I will make the booklets, which is the most important part anyway. Okay, so for this, let's start one there. and come across that way. Might be able to use that for something else. Make a little pocket. I had this little bitty piece. I don't know how I ended up with it, but anyway, I folded it, glued it, and it's going to be a pocket somewhere like that, maybe. Okay, next, let's go right this way. And down this way. And this way. Okay, I don't like that little thing. I don't really want that one quite as wide. But what I do want here, I have to look for the bird to make sure I have it turned that way. I'm going to tear that right under that bird. And let's see if I can add just a little bit of white through here without taking too much away. I don't know, I might be destroying my little bird. I'll get the bottom of it. Okay, that'll work. Okay. And then let's see what we can get out of this one. Okay, I guess the first thing is just come right up through here and get rid of that big thing. Come across through here. I did not glue completely to the edges on some of this because it was already so uneven. Alright, let's and right through here. Now let's go down this way. And back up that way. And these, I think I will do it that way. It's not really how I wanted to do it, but it'll work. Okay. I don't like that little corner. And I know these ripped things are not everybody's cup of tea. And it's actually not really mine, per se. But I was going through my wallpaper the other day to find something to make, because I've got tons of wallpaper. And I found this roll. Let me open my little desk drawer. I found this roll. Now I have this on a whole roll. That's like, I don't know, 30 inches wide maybe. But this one had obviously been cut. And I thought, ooh, I like those flat edges. What can I do with that? So that's where the idea came from, just by seeing this partial roll. Okay, so let me get some glue. And I might be a little louder because I'm actually standing up to craft this time around, as opposed to in the other videos I'm sitting down at my desk instead of standing. So, okay, there's the, let's put this right in the front here. And it could just be the front of the booklet. and I think my glue is a little bit stopped up or something. It don't want to come out. Another reason to go ahead and change it over. Oh, I hope nothing falls out on the camera. I have a cabinet above me that has my paint and glue and other little things. Ooh, that's a little fast. But at least it's coming out. Okay, so we're going to put that about right there. And I'm going to move it over here to the side and put the iron on it so it will dry. And I think what I want to do with this one, oh, here's that little bird, is I'm going to make a couple of little bitty, you know what, I think I'll use this instead, do it like that. I'm going to make a couple of very small ones. And I'm going to put a couple of pockets on the inside. I probably should have got more of that paper out, because I don't know that I'll get to do a whole pack. I have drawers in my armoire that I don't keep clothes in. I keep my wallpaper napkins in, and so my husband's in the bed asleep, because it's actually like 11:30 at night, give or take a minute. So I'm not going to go disrupting his sleep to fish out some more, so I will just work with what I've got. Okay, now here, if I can keep from jerking it around. Okay, let's do this one, and hopefully this glue won't come out 90 miles an hour. And I guess after this, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and go ahead and fill up the new ones that I got. Now, as far as the ephemera that you put in here, you could put anything really that you wanted. Now, let's move that to the side. Put the iron on it. This one, I'm going to fold this over this way and tear that little part off. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. That'll be alright though. And straighten this little part up. Okay, I like that, okay. And then I want that to be a pocket over here. That's sort of kind of the same size. I know that it's hard to see. But this makes me think of something really old-fashioned, like you'd see at Grandma's house. The colors and the designs. Now, let's see. I guess I could just go ahead and make another one of these. Now, I can put that pocket on kindly top. Can put one of these in there. Put one of these in here. And put one up there. And that's sort of a little folio. Now, like I said, I wasn't thinking about the folding part, so I didn't get quite enough to do exactly what I wanted. But you do get the idea with making different sizes and ripping. Now, you'll notice on this one, the edges are pretty straight. There is a little white showing, but the edges are pretty straight. And what I did with that one was I took my metal ruler and laid it down and ripped up so that the edges were a little straighter on this particular one. I was just seeing what I liked and what I didn't. I like the ease of it, but it's still a little too straight and rigid for my liking. But I left it. I didn't want to change the size that I had made. So, but that gives you an idea of what you can do with wallpaper, ripping it so that you can see the layers, and then just creating little booklets. And if you do several, then you can create a whole little pack that can be a journal insert by itself. It could be Happy Mail, it could be a gift to someone. There's a number of things that it could be. So last night, I didn't want to disturb my husband while he was sleeping, so this morning I got out some more of this wallpaper, and I've gone ahead and ripped some up, glued it together, ripped some up. And so what I'm going to do is I have some of this lined paper that I had a few sheets of that I had already cut out, so I'm going to just make a little booklet here, and I'll have to trim it up slightly, I think, since I have so many pages, or I might just leave it like it is. It's not that big of a deal, and it will fit right in here just fine. So I'm going to fold that just like that and burnish it down so it's nice and flat and crisp. I think I'll actually do the same thing with that one. So what I'm going to do here is just do a real quick booklet, just like I did in the I guess the last video I made. Not really sure right now which one, but anyway, I did this just a video or so ago. But what I'm going to do is just again do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, find my middle, or find a middle, since this is kind of off. I'm going to call it 5 and, well, let's just do it this way. We can call it 6, just to find the middle. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to do that, it's just a tad over a 1/2 inch, and then here, right on that line, that should work. So let me put my needle in there and make those holes right in the crease make sure that one lined up. So I moved my paper. I should be using bulldog clips. This is a little bit bigger than what I usually do. But where there is a will, there is a way. Been there a few times. Okay. Now, let me thread this needle. And probably gonna make that extra long. When I was little, my mom always sewed in the wintertime, and she always made quilts. And I would stand right by her knee watching her sew. And I thought it was the most amazing thing ever to take all those little pieces of fabric. I think I'm going to do this one on the inside. And create all these beautiful quilts. She has a quilt that she made with her mother when she was 16. Or in the year that she turned 16. My mother is 75 now. They finished the quilt in the spring. My mother's birthday is in May. She had turned 16 in May. And then her mother passed away that August when she was 16, on the day she was supposed to start high school. So, needless to say, she didn't start. My grandmother, who I never met, she obviously died before I was born. She had just had her 13th baby, and the baby was 9 days old when she passed. She had an aneurysm that burst in the base of her brain, but I'm saying all that to say my mother has this quilt that she made with her mother right before she died. And that quilt has been literally halfway around the world and back, to American Samoa. Stayed for 2 years and then came back. So yeah, it's a little story in the family of Mama's quilt that's been halfway around the world. Okay. So there is a little booklet that can go inside here. Like that. Now, I am going to attempt to do something so totally different that I don't know if it's going to work. So, we'll just see. But, I don't know if you can see, but I've went ahead and made a couple of pencil marks here, or well, one here and one here. And what I'm going to do is duplicate that in the other corners, because what I want to do is make an envelope. And so what I have is I came in 3/4 of an inch. So let me go 3/4 of an inch here, and then do the same down here, sorta, kinda even. It's going to be ripped, so it's not going to be even, but I just sort of need to know where to go with that. And then, let's see, let me get my mark back. You know what? I just realized that one is out of place. So let me readjust that, and I think I'm going to have to stand up just a little bit because that mark does not want to be seen. Ah, there it is. It needs to be right about here. Let's see what we've got. These little marks are hard to see. Nope. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's going to be cut off anyway, so we're going to go about like that. And I'm going to draw a line and then do the same thing here. Now that one I put in the right place. There's where I need to do. Oops. Well, Rebecca, hold it and it'll stay put. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Now, I want this to show, so I'm going to rip it backwards. Or at least I'm going to attempt to rip it backwards. Is that going to work? Yes, that will work. Okay, so I'm going to sort of try to go as close to that line as possible. And let's see, that's... Nope. Okay. This might be a complete failure. If it is, then I'll erase it out and you'll never see it anyway. Okay. And then here. My hands don't really want to cooperate. It's like, what are you trying to do here? Okay. Alright. Now, I'm going to get my scoreboard. Because I forgot to get it already. And I hope this experiment works. Okay, so the birds go this way. So, I'm basically going to go... Let's come over to this. Let's just do it 7. Let's do it 7. Oh, that's not going to be enough. Let's do it 6. 6. That still might not be enough, or it might have a... I don't know. We'll see. So if I'm going to do that at 6, that needs to be 3. That's going to be a very tiny envelope. I don't want it that small. Okay, I'm going to do that at 2.5. This might have several marks in it by the time I'm done. And I'm going to go back to 6.5. Oops, wrong one. 6.5. Okay. So we're going to do that one. And do that one. Now, let's see what we've got here. Here, I'm going to do 6.5. Let's see where it is. Do that and that. Then it can fold up. And I'll cut those little pieces out once I've got all this figured out. Okay. Now, let's go back here. I think we'll do this one at 3. Okay. And 3 is right here. That's going to be a little crooked, looks like, but I can fix that. And then I'll go in and cut out those little corners. Well, not so bad, I don't suppose. Sorry, I stuck my arm right up in your face, kind of, didn't I? Let's just cut these. Out. Those little lines are hard to see. And the one thing is, because it's ripped, if you don't get it exactly on the little lines, it's not going to look out of place. Okay, I might actually let that be the bottom and let that be, well, that's how I had it, isn't it? Just turn it around. I think I like this side better as the top. Okay, let's move this out of the way and straighten this up just a little bit, because it is a little bit crooked. Take just another tiny amount off of that. Well, not bad. It's still got some crookedness to it. So I need to bring this one up slightly like that. And just redo my crease. Redo this little cut right through here. It's a little better, but it still needs a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, when I'm concentrating, I don't talk very much. Sorry. Alright, that looks sort of squarish. I'm going to trim this just a wee bit more. Okay. I believe that'll work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is not use that bottle of glue. I finally filled up my new bottles last night, so let's hope that everything works like it's supposed to. Oh my goodness, that's a very thin line. Yay, I think I like that. Let's put a little bit more there and there. Okay. And get it to take hold, I do see one thing I need to cut right through there. Make sure there's no glue in here. Okay, that part's good. Now let's just go right around this edge. And that paper that I bound in this other little booklet just a few minutes ago, I've got a lot more of that paper, but I had put a very light tea stain on those few sheets. So what I will do is dye some more and then make some little notes to put inside this envelope. Okay, I'm going to put this under my iron and just give it a really good press. Just to set that glue. Well, that looks kind of cute. I'm going to tear this just a little bit to, oh, that'll be alright. Okay, hot dog. So, what we've got here now is a little notebook and an envelope. I'm going to put that just like that, I think, for now anyway. And the one that I made last night. And then I've got some pieces of fabric that I tore. And that still has a few strings, so we'll try to get rid of those. Okay. Ta-da! Cute. I think I like it. Okay, so that sort of finished the project a little bit more, and so now we've got that one, and then the original two that I made. So, yeah, I like that. I've got probably half a roll. I may make some more of these. Yeah, I'm liking those, and like I said, I've got tons of wallpaper samples from trims to the full-blown rolls, so in all different types, mostly vintage styles. So I might make some more of these. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, and sorry I had to cut it up into two different episodes, but hey, that's life sometimes, isn't it? Alright, I will see you the next video.